Here are 5 incredibly unsettling stories of feral children. Number 5. Marina Chapman. Let's delve into a rather unusual tale, shall we? In the 1950s, amid Colombia's tumultuous period known as La Violencia, a young girl named Marina resided in the country. This era was marked by rampant violence and political turmoil, with reports of numerous children being abducted from their homes. In the midst of this chaos, Marina, a mere 5-year-old at the time, claimed she was taken from her village in a kidnapping incident. However, instead of being held captive, she found herself abandoned deep within the Colombian jungle. What followed seemed almost surreal. Marina recounts that she was discovered by a troop of capuchin monkeys who took her under their wing, shielding her from the perils of the rainforest and raising her for the next 4 years. It wasn't until her 9th birthday that a group of hunters traversing a remote, densely forested area stumbled upon her. By this time, Marina had lost the ability to communicate in any human language. However, upon reintegrating into society, she purportedly swiftly regained this skill. But her saga doesn't end there. Allegedly, she was later sold to the proprietors of a brothel in Cicuta. However, her wild upbringing led to her expulsion from the establishment, deemed too untamed to be profitable. Subsequently, Marina found herself living on the streets of Cicuta before being ensnared in the clutches of a powerful mafia family as a child slave. Despite these harrowing circumstances, Marina managed to defy the odds and eventually transitioned into a semblance of normalcy. Rescued by a compassionate neighbor, Marina eventually departed Colombia, eventually settling in England with the aid of her benefactor's connections. Today, she leads a life of stability, with a family and a husband. Her extraordinary journey has been chronicled in a book recounting her experiences as a feral child. The veracity of her account remains a subject of curiosity and speculation. Number 4. Robert Mayanja. Robert Mayanja entered the world in the early 1980s, born into a tiny village nestled within the African nation of Uganda. His arrival coincided with the onset of the brutal and protracted Ugandan Civil War. In 1982, when Robert was still an infant, soldiers aligned with Prime Minister Milton Obote's national faction engaged in combat against insurgents, descended upon his village located approximately 50 miles (80.5 kilometers) away from the war-ravaged capital of Kampala. Tragically, during the raid, Robert's parents, like many others in the village, perished. Miraculously spared from the violence, Robert's fate took an unexpected turn amidst the chaos of war. Abandoned to the wilderness during the tumultuous raid, he found himself under the unlikely guardianship of a troop of vervet monkeys. These primates provided him with sustenance, protection, and a semblance of familial care amid the untamed wilderness. For the ensuing 3 years, Robert lived an extraordinary existence, nurtured and raised within the unique social structure of the vervet monkey community. It wasn't until after more than 3 years of this unconventional upbringing that soldiers from the National Resistance Army stumbled upon him and reintegrated him into human society. However, despite his return to civilization, Robert encountered significant challenges in readjusting to human life and the complexities of the modern world. Nonetheless, he found solace in the safety of human society, shielded from the perils of the African wilderness and its myriad threats. Number 3. Saturday in Thean. In 1987, a young boy was discovered in the rural outskirts near a small village in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, estimated to be around 5 years old at the time. He had been living among monkeys in the wilderness, devoid of any human contact. The villagers who stumbled upon him decided to name him Saturday, in honor of the day he was found. Given his inability to speak and his lack of exposure to language or typical human emotions, they found themselves perplexed about how to care for him. Fortunately, the headmistress of a nearby school took the initiative to adopt him, albeit facing considerable challenges in raising him. Over the ensuing decade, Saturday received nurturing and attention akin to any ordinary child. However, despite these efforts, his development faltered. By his 17th birthday, he remained nonverbal, lacking basic literacy skills, and communicated only in ways reminiscent of a monkey. He shunned interaction with other children and exhibited a deep distrust of cooked food, preferring natural fare like fruits. Tragically, Saturday's story concluded with his untimely demise in a fire in 2005. Details surrounding the incident remain scarce, but it is evident that his life was marked by hardship from its outset. The circumstances leading to his integration into the monkey community and the events regarding his parents remain shrouded in mystery. Despite the compassionate efforts of the caring headmistress, Saturday was unable to escape the fate of a feral existence, ultimately meeting a premature end. It stands as a poignant tragedy in its entirety. Number 2. John Sibunya. John Sibunya's narrative stands as one of profound sorrow and resilience. He represents yet another tragic case of a child in Uganda thrust into the wilderness following the loss of his parents. John's ordeal commenced amidst a harrowing domestic conflict where his father perpetrated a fatal act of violence, taking the life of his mother before ending his own. Left orphaned in the wake of this devastating event, John, at a tender age, slipped through the crevices of Uganda's fragmented child welfare system. Somehow, he found himself wandering into the wilderness. Miraculously, he was discovered by a troop of vervet monkeys who took him under their wing, providing him with sustenance, protection, and care. For the ensuing 2 years from the age of around 5 to 7, John lived in symbiosis with his primate companions, learning essential survival skills and navigating the perils of the forest with their guidance. When villagers eventually stumbled upon him at around 7 years old, they reintroduced him to human society, nursing him back to health and offering him the care he sorely needed. However, John's reintegration was fraught with challenges. Initially, he could only express himself through tears or demands for food, earning him the moniker of the wild boy among fearful villagers. Yet with time and patience, John gradually acquired the ability to communicate and adapt to his surroundings. He underwent a remarkable transformation, evolving into a fully functional member of society. Moreover, he achieved remarkable feats, competing twice in the Special Olympics as a representative of Uganda. John's journey is a testament to the indomitable human spirit and the capacity for resilience in the face of adversity. From the depths of despair, he emerged as a symbol of hope and perseverance, defying the odds to carve out a meaningful existence for himself. Number 1. Dina Sanichar. Dina Sanichar entered the world in India around 1860 or 1861, spending his formative years as a feral child. His story unfolded when, at the age of 6 or 7, he was stumbled upon by hunters scouring the Bulandshahr region of Uttar Pradesh. Nestled in a cave, they discovered Dina living among a pack of wolves. Rescued from his lupine family, he was ushered back into human society. The circumstances surrounding Dina's integration into the wolf pack remained shrouded in mystery. Completely feral, he lacked the ability to speak, comprehend language, or adhere to human customs. Authorities, perplexed by his wild demeanor, directed him to the Sakundra orphanage in Agra. There he was christened Sanichar, signifying the day of his arrival, Saturday. Despite residing among others in civilization over the ensuing decades, Sanichar continued to exhibit feral behavior. For years, he traversed on all fours and reportedly subsisted solely on raw meat. Communication remained elusive to him, replaced by wolf-like vocalizations. While his development remained stunted, he did acquire one human habit: smoking. Unfortunately, this habit contributed to his demise, succumbing to tuberculosis in 1895 at an estimated age of 34. Yet Sanichar's legacy extends beyond his tumultuous life. While his early years and time in the orphanage remain enigmatic, he is believed to have inspired one of literature's most enduring works, Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book. Legend has it that Dina served as the real-life counterpart to Kipling's beloved character Mowgli. In this regard, his story endures as a captivating and singular legacy, transcending the confines of his troubled existence.